Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you didn't know, my name is Ariel. Today I'm going to do a video on 5 reasons why your cut crease might not be working. 5 tips that I kind of came up with. I'm sure like other people have other tips that may work as well, but these were just kind of 5 that helped me with my cut crease and like improving it throughout like a whole year. So these are things I kind of just learned on my own. Some things I'm sure some things might not work for everyone, but maybe it'll help somebody. So if you know this stuff already, great. If you don't, then hopefully you learned something new and hopefully it helps you. Let me know. And if you want to figure out my 5 tips, then keep watching. I'm here doing all these weird things. Okay, I'm going to use my Modern Renaissance palette. Honestly, you don't even need like a billion colors for it. Tip number 1 for why your cut crease is not coming out the way you want it to. You can't just kind of slap on a dark color and then cut your crease and then boom, you're done. It has to be like a gradient effect. So your shades have to kind of start light and then get get darker, and then the darkest point should be within your crease, and then that would be where you cut over top. So we're gonna start with Warm Taupe. Ooh, can't see it. So I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush with that. So this guy's gonna go like all over. I lied. It's not gonna go all over. It's gonna go in my crease. Oh, was there something on this brush? Jesus. There was something on that brush. Okay, so Warm Taupe. Right on your crease. Starting in your crease, and then fan it outwards up to your brow bone. Even in your inner corner. And then up to your brow bone. So then I kind of want to make it like somewhat warm. I don't really like cool tones, so I'm gonna go in with Realgar. I don't know how you say that. So again, same brush, same fluffy brush, just right over top my crease, and just blend it up. It's okay if some goes on your lid because you're gonna cover that anyway, so it doesn't even matter. It's actually, and just soften up your edges. Other side, in your crease, and then up. So this is just to give it some warmth. I just don't like cool tones on my skin, but I mean, you could do this obviously with any color. So I'm gonna go in with a bit of a darker shade. So we're gonna do Cypress Umber. So that will be our crease shade. So right now it looks a little dark. I don't know if it looks super dark on camera, but in like real life, I mean, yeah, if I was going somewhere like dressy out, this is obviously not like your everyday. More of a compact brush, so a little dense precision brush, and I'm gonna put that into Cypress Umber, so the dark brown, and starting at the crease. I'm just gonna blend that. I kind of like to do a little V because I don't want like a crease that's cut from the corner of my the inner corner of my eye all the way to the outer corner of my eye. I'm just gonna do like a half and just blend it out. Number 2, why your cut crease is not coming out the way you want. Your cut crease is just not dark enough. Like your crease is just not dark enough. It's too faint, and the whole point of a cut crease is supposed to be super sharp, and it has to have like a distinct line, and if your crease isn't dark enough, you're just not going to get a distinct enough line, and you're not going to get that effect. So even like right now, I feel like it looks pretty dark, but I personally think that if I put a cut crease over this, it's just not going to look the way I want it to look, or as dramatic as I want it to look. So I'm going to go back in with the Cypress Umber, or you could even take a tiny little bit of black. Like, be careful with black because black is super sharp, but just a tiny little bit, and just go right in my crease just to darken it and just give it a little bit more depth. The whole point of a cut crease is depth and creating depth, so always start little and just add as you go. So I'm taking like the lightest amount and just lightly applying it over my crease. Because I don't know if you can really see the difference from that guy to that guy. Definitely darker. So I feel like that's dark enough. So I'm just going to take back my fluffy brush. I didn't put any extra product on there. And I'm just going to kind of soften any edges that look a little harsh and just kind of blend everything together. And don't worry about your lid. If it's covered, it doesn't matter. We're gonna cover your lid anyways. Okay, so I was just kind of looking at mine and I still feel it's not dark enough. So I'm gonna take a little bit of black truffle from the Huda palette, which is just black. It's just black. And gonna go back into my crease. Just taking the tiniest little bit and just going over my crease. Just to give it a little bit more depth. Okay, and then going back in with my fluffy brush and blending it out. That's better. Okay, so this is going to be the hardest part of your cut crease after blending, because blending is always a little tricky, but this is going to be the hardest part. Reason number 3 why your cut crease is not coming out the way you want it to. So if you're cutting your cut crease with like eyeshadow or any kind of powder, I've seen it and it just doesn't, like some people, I guess some people do it really well and it works for them, but I know personally for me, I used to try it and it used to come out like caca and it just didn't look good. It looked terrible. That's a no for me. So I started using concealer or any kind of like liquid, so like foundation. I don't think I've ever used foundation, that is a lie. Concealer, whether it be like a cream or a liquid, it just helped. Use my Tarte Shape Tape because that is the best thing in the world. I'm gonna take a nice flat brush. So I've kind of already tried it, so that's why it's dirty. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on my brush. The trick to this too is don't take too much, start little, work your way up kind of thing. And okay, that's good. So I'm just gonna start from the inner corner of my eye and just work my way over. So this brings me to reason number 4 why your cut crease is not working. So I don't know if you can tell, but basically I cut my actual lid and that's it. Like I just kind of felt for where my lid was and then I just cut that. So if you do that, it's not gonna, your crease is it's just not gonna look proportioned, because sometimes your lid isn't as large. How do I say this? You don't have equal space between your lid and your crease as some others do, so it could come out like not proportioned. So for me personally, I have to, because my lid I guess is a little bit smaller than like my space between my brow and my crease, so I have to overcut my cut crease for it to actually look proportioned. Kind of something, I don't know, it kind of differs for everybody. You kind of just have to try it and see how it works, and if it looks off, try to go a little bit higher. I'm gonna cut a little bit higher. So because I'm doing like a half a cut crease, I'm not gonna go all the way down. I'm just gonna curve up here and stop right there. Okay, so reason number 5 why your cut crease is not coming out the way you want it. You're cutting, but you're cutting like kind of wonky. It's not completely curved straight. So that's why I say start with a little and then work your way into more. The less you have on your brush, the easier it would be for you to get a straight line. Also, make sure you're using like a dense brush, a flat brush. That really helps. Yeah, that's kind of what I got. I've been trying to do a cut crease for years and it just looks like doo-doo. On my lid color and then put my corners on my lid color and then shade my corners, make them a little bit darker. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm gonna use a shimmer color, so I'm gonna use Mirror right there. It's like a shimmery pink color. Flat brush, and I'm just gonna tap it onto my lid. Like half a cut crease, so I'm going to take Cypress Umber back into my little domed brush that I use for the darker shade of my crease and just shade in my corners. So I'm just making sure those two shades are blended together. And I'm going to take my fluffy brush and just blend those two really lightly together, just so there's no distinct lines. Okay, so that's our cut crease. Just to kind of balance my bottom, I'm going to take my warm color Regal on my dome brush and just pop that underneath my eye. You ever notice like the ugliest faces you make doing your makeup? Oh my god. Like what is that? I can't help it. I need to like close my mouth and do it. It's not working. Okay, so that's my cut crease. I might add in a little bit more shadow underneath after I do my lashes and my liner, but I'm gonna just do my liner right now. Part is when I put my liner on and then my eyes start to water. Ooh. I need tissues by my side like at all times. It's really sad. Guys, so that is the end of my video. This is my final look with my lashes, my liner, and the rest of my face on. If you have any questions about that, let me know. That's kind of like my 5 tips on improving your cut crease. My cut crease is not perfect, but these things definitely helped me once I adjusted them and kind of figured out what worked for my eye shape, because everyone's eye shape is super different, so sometimes not everything works for everybody. But yeah, these are just kind of 5 helpful tips I thought would work for some people, not everybody, I don't know. These are all things that like I wish, like these are all things that I had to change to get my cut crease to look the way it is. Obviously my cut crease is not perfect, but I think it's better than what it used to be, so that's why I feel like I can offer these tips. So hopefully it helps somebody, and hopefully your cut creases come out better. That's kind of all I got. If you like this video, give it a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!